Hey kid, what's that song that's called like The Bullet Bar of Nightmares? Something like that?
I don't know, it sounds like a Metallica song?
No, this band is slightly softer than Metallica. Slightly, you know? I think it's by the Blue Man Group. He's called like The Intersection of Failed Potential. Something like that.
The Boulevard of Broken Dreams?
Jess, you know my GPS took me over there once.
To the Boulevard of Broken Dreams.
Yeah, and you know, I hate to say it, but it was heavily gentrified.
Damn, not even the Boulevard of Broken Dreams is safe. They'll put a Jamba Juice anywhere.
It's by the Blue Man Group, yeah?
It's by Green Day.
I don't care what color the day is. What color is the man?
That's a really antiquated question, Dad.
What?
So, I'm a lesbian. Now you know. You're a lesbian? I can't have a gay friend. What if my dad finds out about this? You hate your dad. Yeah, but also, his approval feels like warm sunshine, and ain't nothing a therapist can do about that. How do you even know your dad won't accept me? He loves me. Well, when I was in the 3rd grade, I thought that I was gay, so I told him. And he told me that Santa doesn't bring gifts to gay kids. So, you know, if you want that smoke, go ahead. But he's just going to tell you he's mad at you for stealing the rainbow from God. Stealing the rainbow. Yeah, for pride. How could you do it, Des? How could you steal the rainbow from God? That sounds like the gays are running some sort of Despicable Me level heist. Tonight, gays, we steal the rainbow. You can't have it, Des. It's God's promise. Then maybe God should have called the trademark office like all us other law-abiding Americans. But, like, we're cool, right? Like, we're good? You know, it took a lot of courage for me to tell you this. Courage? Are you shipping off to the gay wars? You and the girlies gonna storm a Nordstrom's? Okay, don't tell anybody this, but the other day I typed Nordstrom's wrong into my GPS, and I got way closer to Normandy than I had any business. If I got a Snapchat from you storming the beaches of Normandy, I would laugh till I died. Where is Normandy? Orange County. No, that's a Nordstrom's. I don't even fucking know anymore. I'm not driving back up there just to declare war on some rompers. Anyway, I knew and I accept you, you dumbass.
Hey kid, what's that song that goes like, pink elephants, pink elephants?
Is it Pink Elephants from Dumbo?
No, I'm not doing it right. It goes like, pink elephants in drag.
What are you watching, Fox News?
You think I spend my free time watching cable news? I didn't find her on cable news. I found her, I think she came to me in a dream. She looked like a gay Ronald McDonald. Are you doing okay? I think she was lost, you know, fame has been really hard on her. She got a little discombobulated. I'm gonna keep on dancing with my pink elephants. I'm gonna keep on dancing and then not pay my rent. That girl, you know, come on. She's a lesbian like you.
It's Pink Pony Club by Chappell Roan.
No, it's actually Karma by Jojo Siwa.
No, it's not.
I'm just messing with you. I heard she broke up with you guys, and I think that's just pretty funny.
We didn't ask for her in the first place. Now we get dumped?
When my mother forgets a word, she is the queen of coming up with new words. Words that would take a third National Treasure movie to fully decipher. I was talking to her yesterday, and she said this. You know the time for Los GBDs is coming up. You must be so excited. Oh, is it time for Los GBDs already? I must have missed it on my calendar. Are we celebrating something? Of course, we should all be celebrating, shouldn't we? Okay, so Los GBDs... Los GBDs is a happy thing. It's not like something's giving you the heebie-jeebies, which would have been my one and only guess. Los heebie-jeebies. Now you're making things up. And this is my show. You're right. Time for Los GBDs is coming up. Is this a season? Yes. The season for love. The season for pride. Okay, Los GBDs. Yeah, sound it out. Los GBDs. LGBTs. See, mira, 'cause you're gay. Couldn't just say pride season? You couldn't just...
Mija, can you come here? I have a secret. I want to pull a prank on your father today. You know what would be a really fun prank? If you told him you were straight, he won't know what to do.
Why do I have to be straight today?
I'm bored. Estoy aburrida. I want to prank your father.
Stop rolling your R's at me like that. I'm taking it as a threat.
Fine. Fine.
Okay, but I kind of want to see where this goes.
Okay. But first, put on like a straight face, okay? Your face looks kind of gay.
My face looks gay to you.
You know what I mean.
Okay.
There you go. Now you kind of look like me. It's spooky. It's uncanny. Okay. Papi, your daughter has something to tell you. No thanks. Tell him.
Dad?
Straighter.
I like boys.
Oh yeah? You like boys? You like the big boys? Itty bitty boys? Mississippi boys? Inner city boys? No, let him finish. You like the pretty boys with the bow tie. Get your nails did. Let it blow dry. With the big beard and the clean face. You don't discriminate. Those boys?
I don't want to do this anymore.
I don't accept this as part of my reality. We raised you to be gay from the age of 6 on. And I told you, mujer, to stop doing this.
You raised me to be gay.
It was subtle, okay? I just slowly replaced all your shoes with Tim's over time, and I let God do the rest. Is that where my Nikes went?
I'm married and I'm great at it. I don't cheat. I do the dishes. I do the laundry. Killing it. But this is the shit I get in trouble for. My wife started a new show last week. She was really excited about it. She starts episode 1, and I can see at the top of the screen, it says season 5. So I say to her, I'm like, I think that's season 5. And she's like, no, I see that. And I think that's just advertising telling me that season 5's coming out. And I'm like, oh, that's interesting that they would advertise that in the same area where they usually show you the season and episode. I'm really just trying to save her an issue. I'm like, just double check it real quick. And she's like, I know how to press play, okay? And I'm like, that's not the skill that I'm doubting. But I've been married for a few years now, so I know it's not if you're right, it's how you're right. So I walked away, right? For the next couple of days, she's like, oh my God, this show is so interesting. I think it's a mystery where you have to figure everything out. And in my head, I'm like, yeah, it's the mystery of the first 4 fucking seasons. And then one night I'm going to bed and I just hear, fuck. What's up? It was season 5. Ah, if only we could have prevented this.
Hey kid, what's that one song called that goes like, what's happening to me? I have no control. I must dance. I am being overcome by the urge to dance.
Dad, you laugh, but that's a real affliction. It's called dancing mania.
That's not real.
No, it's real. In 1518, somewhere between 40 and 500 people started dancing uncontrollably in France. Some danced till they died.
Somewhere between 40 and 500, that's a big gap.
That's what the article I skimmed said. It also says the people afflicted were called choreomaniacs.
Anyway, I don't think that's what this song is about. This song was in the Trolls soundtrack. He's like, I can't stop. I must dance or he's gonna ruin the world tour.
Is it Can't Stop This Feeling by Justin Timberlake?
Yeah.
I think we gotta work on tone. The tone you were giving me was crazy for the song, you know? He's happy. He's not losing his shit.
That's your interpretation. This is mine. Brittany, I miss you. This week, House Republicans are pushing for a congressional vote on a little something called, what if we took all the money we invested in America and I had it instead? I don't know why that's the name of every bill the GOP comes up with. I don't know what the common denominator is there. Far-right Republican lawmakers want to repeal the Inflation Reduction Act and slash spending on SNAP and Medicaid. The Inflation Reduction Act, passed during the Biden era, lowered drug prices, invested in clean energy, and created American manufacturing jobs. You know that thing that Trump keeps saying the tariffs are for? Riddle me this! If the tariffs are good, why does he keep turning them on and off like a leaky faucet? Republicans in Congress propose we cut all this funding in clean energy process so they can fund more tax cuts for the wealthy. Again! Sorry, Grandma, we had to cut Medicaid so Chad III could afford a 3rd yacht. To match the 3 in his name, of course, otherwise he would look ridiculous. Here's the thing, clean energy is booming in red states. The Inflation Reduction Act is actually great at creating jobs in Republican areas. Investing in clean energy not only creates jobs, but it keeps us competitive, you know? You can't keep betting on coal. That's like Blockbuster in 2005 being like, you know what's gonna save us, guys? If we double our VHS library. They say it's about the deficit, but this could actually increase it by $5 trillion. I personally owe T-Mobile like $130, and they text me more than my mom. If we owe $5 trillion, I feel like we're gonna be getting a lot of calls on the US landline. Hola, China, how are you? No tengo tu dinero. Sorry. To move this bill fast, they're using something called reconciliation, which sounds like something your ex would text you at 3 a.m. trying to get back together. But it's actually a congressional loophole that lets them pass wildly unpopular budget cuts without bipartisan support. Like a fast pass. When I use fast passes, it's usually at Disneyland to ride Guardians of the Galaxy a couple extra times, not to speedrun poverty. If you think it's insane to cut spending on Medicaid and clean energy just so billionaires can buy cuatro yates, then text DES to 43464 and we'll give you a ridiculously easy way to call your representative before the vote this Thursday. This isn't just about policy, it's about what kind of country we want to be. Do we want to build for the future or do we want to sell everything for parts on Facebook Marketplace? I had a friend telling me about a one-night stand she had recently, and it got me reminiscent. You know, I'm married now. I'm no longer a scoundrel. But one-night stands, they're an interesting meteorological event. One-night stands can be fun. You know, one-night stands at their best can be like hotel pool friends. You know, here for a good time, not a long time. But they're often not. Sometimes you don't get hotel pool friends. Sometimes you get bus stop friend. Ooh, mystery bus stop friend. Could be the love of your life, or this could get really, really bad really fast. Usually fine at the bus stop, right? Usually, but come here. One time I saw I think a kid swap at a bus stop, and I haven't told anybody. Not like divorced parents trading kids. Like 2 people showed up with 2 different kids, and they swapped, and they left, and I was like, that's fine. But now when I think about it at night, I get really stressed. Anyway, one-night stands. You know, Mija, when you came out to me, I didn't care, but I was blindsided. I did not see it coming.
You didn't see it coming.
Well, maybe I saw some signs.
What signs?
Where there was that fascination you had as a kid to carry your keys in a carabiner.
What you call me?
Oh, you were also born owning stock in Doc Martens, which I thought was weird, but the doctor said 1 in 25 babies.
1 in 25? That's crazy.
One time you told me to get you like a pocket monster or something for your birthday, so I got you a Polly Pocket and you cried.
I don't understand the tiny little dolls, abuela. Like, who gives a shit?
And I don't understand why you like chorizo so much.
Charizard.
See, so none of these things are like explicitly homosexual, but I guess I had concerns, sure. One time I told you God created Adam and Eve, and you asked me if Eve had any friends.
I've always had a soft spot for MILFs.
Gross. Oh, you kept asking me where Stacy's mom lives so you could mow her lawn.
You know, you were really involved in my childhood, and I appreciate that.
I didn't want to be that much, but I love you.
I love you too.
Hey kid, what's that pop song I used to like? I think it's called something like Cleveland Bitches.
Okay, who sings it?
Okay, I think it's two people. One of them is Snoop Doggy Dogg.
Okay, well, Snoop Dogg sounds like he'd have a song called Cleveland Bitches, so this is better than what you usually give me.
And the other person is a woman. I think she is a resident of Candyland.
What does that mean?
Okay, how do I put this? Her tatas are made of cupcakes. I wasn't looking, but that's hard not to notice.
I don't want to have this conversation anymore.
No. It's by Brunette Kesha. You know her. Katy Perry.
Oh, Snoop Dogg featuring a capybara, of course.
La pendeja we sent to space. Katy Perry, the extraterrestrial.
Cleveland Bitches by a capybara and Snoop Doggy Dogg. I would buy 12 vinyls of that. Now, is it California Girls by Katy Perry and Snoop Dogg?
I knew it was a city that started with the letter C. I was between Compton and Colombia, you know?
Elon Musk is a cringy Lex Luthor who nobody voted for. There, I said it. I know that sounds harsh, but I reserve my harshest criticisms for white supremacists who are actively stealing from the treasury. It's a really specific set of circumstances that I don't get to employ often, but here we are. It seems Elon and Trump have never heard the age-old saying, more money, more problems. A saying I wish Elon would incorporate in his life. And maybe he would if he had like one friend to discuss 90s hip-hop lyricism with. One friend. You know, at least with old-timey rich people, they used to perform a service for their peasants. You know, with their social contract, we pay taxes and you like protect us from raiders. Elon and Trump seem to just be deleting Social Security and Medicaid and giving us nothing else. I would like to opt out of the social contract where I get nothing. We're like 2 steps away from Social Security being like a subscription you pay for. For just $300 a month, the government will give you $200 a month and maybe a blue badge on Twitter. Don't think about it too much, it's in beta. Like, Elon loves to say that the government is misusing funds while actively pocketing government subsidies for what I'm gonna call hobbies. He really wants to go to Mars. I don't give a fuck about Mars or Neuralink chips. I want clean drinking water and for you to take care of your kids. They're piling up. He claims he's trying to make the government more efficient when he's actually trying to see how much he can siphon out of the treasury while we're sleeping. Elon, no swiping. And look, I'm not anti-immigration, but he doesn't even go here. Like, he's not an elected official, he's a podcast guest who uses daddy's emerald money to fund the end of democracy. It's easy to get rich when you just break the law. That's super easy. If you're gonna be a supervillain, I wish he was cooler, like Willem Dafoe in Spider-Man. The lamest people got all the money. Elon looks like he says ooh-woo in real life. He's the type of guy to like his own Instagram post to get it to 11 likes. All these tech bros are just going through a midlife crisis, and now we have to pay the consequences. This is not gonna age well, guys. The Broligarchy can maybe use some notes from MySpace Tom. MySpace Tom isn't trying to dismantle the US government, he's doing photography. Have you tried it? Maybe you like it. People have even been more scared to fly lately, and it's not because of DEI hires, it's because coincidentally, since Trump became president, more things have been falling out of the sky. If you're down with the MAGA ship, I have a real question. Do you think it's going well? We've pissed off every ally we have at the same time. I don't think eggs are ever gonna cost the same ever again. Everything's more expensive. It feels like they're on a dare to make eggs as expensive as possible. And on that note, good night, Elon. I hate you.